when you come off a tour and something big like that, what was the reality of your life after that? What happened? And of course you were young. How was it like coming back to the real you, the real life?
I mean, I know for myself, so I'm a little bit older than all the other guys. So I was 26 at the time. I'd already been working, had a full career, and done a lot of stuff. So I already had a strategy for myself that whenever I'm coming off of a mountainous something, I've got a plan for something else to have my focus into, because I know that there'll be a drop and I don't want to experience that. So I had already started to build out some other business things that I could immediately know that I could push my attention into. So I was okay. I just went on to do some other things. Yeah.
I came back with no money, lots of clothes, and nowhere to live. And that was my learning moment to do what you did.
You looked amazing, though, right?
I looked fabulous.
You always looked amazing.
I mean, even before, on zero money, I tried to make it work. But I got home, and there was no fanfare. There was no one meeting me at the airport. I had nowhere to live. I hadn't planned ahead. There was no way to find me an apartment. There was nothing to do. I think I stayed at Mama Makeup's place for 2 days at her house while I took Gould. I took the first apartment I found, honestly, and that was all the money I had that was left from the tour. It really wasn't much, and I found myself right back at auditions again, with the same dancers I was with before I left, and I was like, wow, wake up call. I am not all that. I have to work. I have to plan, and it's a job. And I have to make it work. I learned a lot of humility and responsibility.
But you did it exceptionally well with that parlaying thing. I mean, Kevin is known in Hollywood now as one of the most consistently working guys that does really, really credible stuff ever since then. I mean, everyone knows you for that.
Yeah, that's what while we were on the subject, you guys are working. I mean, you kept your individual careers going hell or high water, So, yeah, for people who may not know about that, you guys are always working.
Well, I think we also had agents, or you didn't have an agent.
I did. Mm-hmm.
We had agents going in.
Yeah.
And I think the New York guys didn't have agents going in. So we went in with agents and we came out with agents, and so we just kept working. Yeah. We had people working on our behalf, and thank you MSA, Julie, Tony,
exactly.
KSA, everybody.
Julie McDonald, thank you very much, Julie.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is due to the sort of environment we were in the world of commercial dance. We could keep going.
Cool. And this documentary, what has it done for you guys?
Oh my God! I don't even know what to say. I mean, I've said this in a couple places before. It just feels like, not in a bad way. Take all the negative connotations out. It feels like being eulogized. Like where you're actually at your own funeral, where people are actually coming and saying all these wonderful things about you, but we're alive and we're there, and they're saying it to our face. Right. And it's a rare opportunity. I don't take it lightly, and I'm just so honored to have that opportunity. It's extraordinary, and there's a lot of peace around self-worth and career and impact, and what we've done has made an impact. What we've done has changed people's lives. That's really the most important thing one can ask for in one's career, and now we have confirmation of that. So everything we do from here is gravy.
And it also brought you guys back together, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did. I mean, I'll say for myself, it has really been everything for me. Yeah. Because so much of the, personal demons and stuff that I dealt with and had shrouds around and things like that, I, with the grace of God, was able to bring to the forefront in this film. And Ester and Reijer handled all of that subject matter really, really well. So it's really, really honestly allowed me to have my soul fully cleansed. Wow. Which has been just an intense, 2016 was just an intense year. I mean, there's a lot of fanfare and we're super excited and all that. But for me, at 52 years old, it's the first time to authentically live free, not hiding behind anything. And it's I've been saying, it's also been a year of getting with it, just getting with that restedness that you talk about. So it's I say to Esther and Reijer all the time, I don't think really what you've done.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's also lit a fire under my ass, I have to say.
Oh, sure.
Because it makes me realize that what I have to say does matter, and that people do listen powerfully, and that if I have that capacity, it's it's impossible for me not to exercise it. Like it's a responsibility for me to speak out on behalf of others, to make an impact, to be more outspoken than I was even back then.
And also this exposure or re-exposure, does it also give you validation because it gives the fans to come forward again, meet you guys again, to kind of tell you, hey, my work matters and I must continue making my mark as an artist? Does that's I think what you were talking about.
It was very.
Also, right?
I mean, it's very clearly what you just said. Like, make it. It's there's a responsibility to keep creating and keep doing things that. I'll let you get into this one. Like, I was going to say something. I'm like, hey,
no, I think that there is something to be said, as Kevin was saying before, with realizing that you are of serious value. You know?
Yes.
And like really, really getting that cemented. So I can't say that I'm in a position to go, my art matters. I feel like they're saying to me, your art matters. And that's what's like, wow. I mean, you know, because for me, and I think for most of us, again, she was not on some bandwagon with us and had us enrolled to make sure that we were doing some important anything. We did a job with a really great person, and it did some things, but the impact of, I think, Truth or Dare more specifically, because that's where it got personal for all of us, it just got released, and because there was a lot of other sort of heated things in the lawsuit and some other things, and Gabriel and some other things that came out from it, I don't think we could fully be present to the gift of it. And that's what the fans are helping us see right now. Yeah.
And never underestimate the power of being yourself.
Woo! Sure.
Right? Just owning who you are and being yourself in the face of whatever.
Yeah.
And there's one thing this documentary definitely does. That's one message that definitely comes across.
Absolutely.
With age and time passing, we have different priorities, different things that we value. Right now in life, what are the things that give you joy?
Being connected to really good people like my friend Kevin, you know, and making sure that I am a good friend to people, that I'm a good person. You know, integrity really matters to me. My choice of integrity matters, you know, because, you know, when you're younger and especially in the swirl of the game at the level that we've been able to play it, you can get so self-absorbed that sometimes your achievement happens at any expense. And so, you know, being really nicely connected with people, you know, making sure that you're leaving the room feeling good matters to me, you know, something like that. I don't know. How about you?
My dog. My dog brings me joy. It's true. People, great conversations. You know, I love connecting with people. You know, I think as an entertainer, we're so often on a stage where we're sort of presenting something, and it just goes out, and you get energy back, but you don't really get this connection. I feel like there's something about this year, these movies, this moment in time that has me feel really connected to people, and that's joyful.
Last but not least, since this is Brave New Hollywood, and we're all into movies, documentaries, and all that. Any recent movies that you guys seen that you loved that you can recommend to us?
I loved Arrival. It's a very intellectual sci-fi about language and the state of being human and humanity in general and human nature, and in the context of sci-fi. I think those are. It's a powerful question because it actually is a huge question that will hopefully eventually be confronted with. What happens when that moment comes? How do you cross the divide of language with entirely another, completely different species? It's a fascinating discourse, and it's well done.
I still have to go to the movies. I haven't been seeing very much, so I've been processing my own movie.
That's a very good excuse.
Yeah.
Well, Strike a Pose comes out in this month, January, in LA, and for more information, they can visit. You have a website, right, or the Facebook?
MadonnaDancers.com.
MadonnaDancers.com.
January 27th in Los Angeles, and January 18th in New York.
But in also like 20 other countries. 20 other cities, so go to the site. You'll find.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
So much.
Great meeting you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.